If you thought the second season of The Last of Us was going to follow the game's story exactly, you're in for a surprise. The new trailer made it super clear that there's a lot of new stuff coming, and it's not just a little bit. Story expansion, new characters, and even scenes that feel like game mechanics. But hold up, is this a good thing? Or is it gonna mess up what was already perfect? Let's talk about it right now. Welcome to Nerd Insights. I'm Arthur, and get ready, because the hype is real. HBO just dropped a brand new trailer for The Last of Us Season 2, and it's obvious there's a lot that's different from the game. Remember the attack in Jackson? Well, that didn't even exist in the original story, and that's not the only detail that's got fans feeling a little suspicious. Today, we're going to analyze these changes, look at where the plot might go, and try to figure out if these new twists will add to the story or cause some drama. So get comfy and stick around till the end of the video, because every piece of info in this video is important. Let's start with the biggest bombshell. The trailer showed an attack in the city of Jackson, where Joel and Ellie live, but if you played The Last of Us Part 2, you know this scene never happened in the game. That's already got people on edge. But here's a weird thing, some of the scenes remind me a lot of the No Return mode, which was added in the remastered version of the game. This mode has a much more intense vibe, full of ambushes and high-stakes fights. So, is the show going to incorporate this vibe? Or is this change gonna mess with the story's direction? Another thing that's super clear is that HBO isn't afraid to expand the storyline. In Season 1, they already did this with that amazing episode about Bill and Frank, which went beyond what the game showed. The result? It won an Emmy, and now it looks like they're keeping that strategy going in Season 2. In the trailer, we see new scenes, like Joel and Ellie visiting a museum full of dinosaurs and spaceships. If you played the game, you know this happens. But will the show give it more depth? It could be a way to strengthen their bond even more before the big tragedies of the season hit. And speaking of tragedy, Season 2 is also going to introduce one of the scariest groups in the Last of Us universe, the Seraphites. If you've played the game, you know the terror these guys bring. They're a fanatical religious cult that lives on extremism and brutality. The trailer suggests they're going to start showing up, but the characters Lev and Yara, who are key players in this group's storyline, haven't appeared yet. Is HBO saving this reveal for a big moment? Or are they gonna switch things up and introduce them differently? Another big change that caught everyone's attention was the presence of the Washington Liberation Front, the military group that Abby belongs to. In the game, this group has a huge beef with the Seraphites and spends most of its time dealing with that war. But in the trailer, they're seen near Jackson, which doesn't fit with the original story. This could mean that the show is giving the WLF a whole new reason to be there. Will they get involved with Joel and Ellie sooner? Will Abby's meeting with them happen in a totally different way? And since we're talking about Abby, the big question for this season is how the show's going to handle this character. In the game, she divides opinions. Some people love her, some people hate her, but the show could use its screen time to tell her story in a new way. Are they going to soften some of her choices to make her more likable? Or are they going to double down and make the controversy even bigger? In the end, The Last of Us Season 2 is going beyond a straight-up adaptation and trying to expand this universe. And that could be awesome, or it could stir up even more controversy, just like the game did. Either way, one thing's for sure, this season is gonna make us feel all the feels, shock us, and definitely spark a ton of debate among fans. So what do you think about these changes? Are you excited or worried about what's coming? Drop your thoughts on what might happen this season. And if you enjoyed this chat, hit that subscribe button, because we're gonna be following this series closely and bringing more insane content about the nerd world. See you later, alligator.